Success in any area, whether it's fitness, finances, career, or personal growth, is not about motivation. It's actually about discipline. Trust me, motivation fades, but discipline is something that will help you to keep going.
Sometimes it works out and sometimes it don't. Sometimes you win some.
Hey y'all, welcome back to the channel, and today we're diving into one of the most powerful skills that you can master in your life, which is self-discipline. This video is going to be packed with powerful information. I'm going to be breaking down what self-discipline actually is and what it's not, the mindset shift that makes discipline much easier, my top strategies to build that rock solid discipline, and how to stay consistent when life gets hard. So if you are ready to stop relying on motivation and to actually start showing up as the best version of yourself, go ahead and tap in. Leave a comment down below, let me know you are ready, and drop this emoji. Okay, first things first, we do need to clear some things up. Self-discipline is not about willpower or suffering. It's actually a positive thing. It's all about keeping the promises that you made to yourself. It's also about doing what needs to be done even if you don't feel like it, and training your mind to prioritize long-term success over short-term comfort. If you don't take anything else away from this video, I want you to remember this. Discipline is not about being perfect. It's simply about being consistent. Showing up for yourself over and over again. Even if you only show up for yourself in small ways, it's going to compound and it's going to show up in massive ways in your life. Now let's get into the why. Obviously, if I'm making a video about discipline, and if so many other people have made videos about discipline, it's because it's an area that a lot of us struggle with. And honestly, here's the truth. I made the same mistake myself as well. I failed at discipline because I was relying on motivation. And the truth is, I just don't always feel motivated. But having routines and habits leads to discipline, and that's what I actually needed. So if you are doing any of the following 3 things that I mentioned, you have to stop today. Waiting until you feel like it, setting unrealistic goals with no clear action plan, or lacking accountability or structure. If that is you, this is definitely the video for you, and you have to let go of those habits right now because they are just holding you back. But of course, there is good news as well. With discipline, this is something that you can build and increase over time. So how does it begin? Well, it starts with a mindset shift. Honestly, one simple shift that changed everything for me was that I stopped making decisions based on how I felt. I had to realize that those emotions were fleeting, those emotions were current, and instead I had to start making decisions based on who I wanted to be as my future self. So get into the habit of asking yourself, what would my best version of myself do right now? Would she hit snooze in the morning, or would she get up and get moving and start her morning routine? Would she waste time scrolling on her phone mindlessly, or would she start working toward her goals? Would she continue to make excuses, or would she take action? Remember, discipline is a series of small choices that support your bigger vision. Now let's get into some strategies of actually how to make discipline work for you in your life. First up, you have to start small and build momentum. If you dive right in and do too much initially, you're not gonna have the energy or the endurance to keep going. So think of discipline like a muscle. You have to train it. And unfortunately, our muscles don't grow overnight, so our discipline doesn't either. So just commit to starting with one simple habit. What is one thing that you can implement into your life now that is going to support you becoming the best version of yourself? Try your best to stick to it, and once that becomes automatic, it becomes a habit, it becomes a part of who you are, it becomes a part of your life, then you can add on. You're continually building and you're not taking on too much at one time. Next up, you need to create a non-negotiable routine. Yes, you do have to be strict with yourself, but be strict in a way that it's not because you're punishing yourself, but because you actually love yourself and you care about yourself and you want to see yourself achieve the goals and reach the progress that you set out to achieve. So do not rely on willpower. I don't know what happened to my willpower, but she is missing, so I cannot rely on her. Structure your day so that discipline comes effortlessly. One of the things that I've been doing is making sure that I get my workout in the morning, try to drink as much water as I can in the morning, because if I don't prioritize that at the beginning of my day, girl, you know it's not gonna happen, and that's not gonna benefit me in any way. So plan your workouts, plan your meals, plan your time for actually getting tasks completed for your career, and also plan some time for self-care, because throughout this process of elevating, it's very easy to get decision fatigue, and you do want to avoid that while you're creating this discipline routine. You're also gonna wanna set goals, but set them with a why. If there is no reason for this goal, if this goal is not connected to you, to your passion, or to your purpose, you're not gonna do it. So the first thing you need to do is write down your goal, but right next to or beneath that goal, you have to write down your why. So for example, if I say my goal is to work out 5 times a week, what's my why? I wanna feel confident, I wanna feel energetic, I want to feel great in my body. And I want to have a great tea body by summer when I go to Tulum. Honestly, that last one, a bit more personal, but you get the idea. Another great strategy as you are working to build discipline is to use the 5-second rule. When you feel resistance, tell yourself, okay, I'm gonna count down from 5 to 1. And when I get to 1, there is no other option but for me to get up and get moving and start working on what I said I was gonna work on. So literally say 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then just jump into action. Don't overthink it, just move. It's kind of like when your alarm goes off in the morning. If you think about the fact that you don't want to get up, that you're tired, that you don't feel well, that it's kind of dark outside, you're probably not gonna get up. But if you just get up, go do it, you're gonna feel a lot better about yourself and you're gonna get moving into your day a lot easier. And of course, you'll know I'm a tracking girl. You have to track your progress and you have to also reward yourself as you are building this discipline. Honestly, discipline becomes so much easier when you see results. So the more you do it, the more results you're gonna see and the more consistent you're gonna remain. So whatever you prefer, whether that's like a habit tracker, your notes app, a digital planner, or an actual physical planner, use something where you are checking in with yourself, you're seeing how well you've been doing, you are having moments of reflection to analyze what has worked for you and what has not, and you are tracking your progress. And of course, don't forget to celebrate your wins. I love to recommend to my clients for them to actually schedule their wins into their calendar. You schedule time to work out, you schedule time for self-care, you schedule time to build your career. Now, when are you going to actually take a step back and celebrate what you actually have done, what you've been working towards, and the achievements that you have reached? Next up, let's discuss probably, I would say, the most challenging part of discipline is staying consistent when things get really difficult or when things get hard. Discipline and routines are not just things that are put in place for when life is easy. They're actually what helps you keep going when life gets messy and when life gets hard. So here are some ways that you can stay on track. The first thing is you're gonna have to embrace perfection. I know for all my Enneagram 1s, perfectionists out there, this may be difficult, but I promise it's going to pay off. You're not always gonna be perfect, and that's just the reality of it, but don't let one bad day turn into a bad week and then turn into a bad month and fully derail your progress. Just get back on track, realize that it was okay for you not to do something perfectly, and move on to the next thing. You also want to make sure that you are eliminating distractions. So you have to set boundaries, honestly, with yourself. If social media is keeping you from reaching your goals, you need to eliminate that from your life, or maybe set boundaries on the time that you spend on social media. If there are toxic friends or family members, or if you're in a toxic relationship that's not being supportive of you, helping you to grow, helping you to build this structure in your life because there's so much chaos that person is bringing, you need to make a decision to let them go so you can focus on yourself and continue to grow. Anything and everything that is pulling you down or pulling you away from your goals is not worth it. It's not serving you in any way, and it's not adding positivity into your life. And to combat that, surround yourself with the right people and surround yourself with good energy. Find people who inspire you and support you and motivate you, but at the same time, find people who are going to hold you accountable. If you said you were going to do something, you need to have people in your corner who are going to check you and make sure that you're actually working toward those things. I promise you, when you have a team on your side, it's so much easier to stay disciplined. And if you're someone who's like, well, I don't have that team naturally built in, girl, hello, I am here. Check it in the comments. I got you. Let's see how things are going, goals you want to have for yourself. I am happy to have conversations back and forth and just let you know that you are being supported and you can achieve these things even if it feels like you're doing it on your own. And overall, just with all of this, I want you to remember that discipline will become easier over time. I promise you, I have seen it for myself. I'm still working on discipline, but at the same time, I see how actually trying my best to be consistent has made a positive impact in my life. And so that honestly helps me to gain that motivation. I know motivation is not all of it, but at least I'm motivated because I see that there are some results coming, and from that I can remain disciplined as well. So just remember, the more you practice it, the easier it is going to become. Yes, there will be challenges along the way, and no, you will not always feel excited about sticking to your disciplined routines, but I promise you the payoff is always greater than any struggle that you faced along the way. So thank you all so much for watching this video today. Please tap in and say hi in the comments down below. If you're new, you're watching the video and you love personal development content, go ahead and subscribe, stick around. Also, for those of you who have been here for a while, we got a new camera, we got a new mic. What are the vibes? What are we thinking? I'm hoping that this is the perfect setup, but y'all let me know what your thoughts are. Again, thanks for watching, thanks for checking in, and let's stay disciplined together. Bye.